Okay, Aishwarya,
Present, sir.
Akshay Kulkarni,
Present, sir.
Ankita,
Present, sir.
Apeksha,
Present, sir.
then Arpita,
Sir.
absent. Okay.
Absent, sir.
Yeah, absent. Ashutosh,
Ashutosh also absent, sir.
absent. Then Ashwini,
Yes, sir.
yeah. Geeta,
Present,
Sir,
sir.
Arpita,
who?
she came just now.
Who?
Arpita, sir.
I will mark her present. Okay. Then Geeta is present. Then Geetanjali,
Yes, sir.
Present, sir.
Meghna Kalburgi, Meghna Kalburgi,
Kalburgi. Sir, absent.
Sir.
absent. Okay. Meghna Lokhande,
Present, sir.
then Nagaratna,
Present, sir.
Navya,
Yes, sir.
Nidhi, yeah, present.
She is
Nikita,
also present, sir.
yeah, Nikita,
She is also present, sir.
present.
Yes, sir. Present, sir.
Yes.
Present,
Pooja,
sir.
Pooja is there?
Pooja also present.
Present. Then
Yes, sir.
Pranjali,
Absent.
Absent, sir.
Pranjali absent. Prema,
Present, sir.
yeah, Priya,
Priya, absent, sir.
absent. Varsha,
Present, sir.
yeah, Samuel,
Present, sir.
yeah. Sharan,
Present, sir.
Arayu,
Present, sir.
Shilpa,
Yes, sir.
Priya, Shreya is there?
Yes, sir. She is present.
Present.
Naranga present, sir.
Yeah. Srinidhi,
Present, sir.
Shweta,
Present, sir.
Snehal,
Present, sir.
Suchitra,
Absent, sir.
Maruf,
Present,
Present,
sir.
sir.
then Vaishnavi,
Present, sir.
yeah. Ashutosh is present. Ashutosh and Shreya, okay. Shreya is marked present, okay. So Ashutosh is a newcomer.
Ash-
Pooja is also present, yeah. She is marked present. Okay, so if any student joins later, okay, please let me know before the end of the session. So good morning, everyone, and welcome to Compensation and Benefits Management online classes. This is Dr. Mahesh M. Monjeri, Assistant Professor from Department of Management Studies, SDM College of Engineering and Technology, Dharwad. Okay. So, dear students, before I begin today's session, so though since last few days, I was quite busy and couldn't actively engage in the WhatsApp group. So, but I learned two information. So, one is about Ashutosh. Okay, so Ashutosh, I heard that he has been selected by PinClick for quite a high package. I don't know exactly what is the salary package. Ashutosh, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so is it the first offer of your batch?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so opener, Virendra Sehwag and Tendulkar. Okay, my generation players anyway.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so you find out who will be now the second one. Okay, so
Sure,
good
sure,
Ashutosh, congratulations. Okay,
Thank you.
yeah, welcome. And second information is
Thank
about
you.
Prema. So she had informed me that she has secured a fifth rank to Rani Chennamma University in her BBA program. So today was a convocation, but due to the COVID-19 situation, that convocation has been cancelled, but certificates has been sent to her. So congratulations, Prema.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, congratulations, both of you. It's a very good achievement, and I hope you will inspire other students in the class. Okay, so with this good note, let me begin with our discussion on the subject compensation and benefits management. Okay. So far, okay. So chapter number 3 was quite a lengthier one. So 5 sessions are already over. So today is the 6th session of chapter number 3, internal alignment. Okay. The first among the 4 policy choices. Policies are one among the building blocks of a pay model. So today I'll quickly take a recap of so what we had discussed in last 5 sessions, but a very quick recap. So I'll share the PPT slides. Okay, so students, I hope you can see the PowerPoint slides.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so unit 2, okay, deals with internal alignment and determining the internal structure of the organization, which means deciding the hierarchical levels and the role and responsibility at each job and the salary or compensation of each level, as well as the difference between the compensation between two levels and the criteria used in determining the differential. So we have almost completed, just like couple of slides are remaining. Yeah, students, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, quick. There was a quick, okay, short problem. Internet got disconnected and restored instantly again. So I'm going to share the PowerPoint slide again. Okay, so Sharon, can you see the PowerPoint slides? Yeah, Sharon, Prima, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
We
sir. Yes,
can.
sir.
Okay, in the PowerPoint slides?
Yes, sir. It's visible.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So far we have discussed and learned what a compensation strategy and
Sir, it is visible, sir.
yes, thank you. And how,
Sir, why it is breaking?
yes, Sharon?
Bandaru.
Yeah, so the internet connectivity is unstable here. That's why again. Okay. Okay. Varsha, can you see the PowerPoint slide?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. So far we have learned and discussed what a compensation strategy and how internal alignment, the decisions made on internal alignment become part of the compensation strategy. So we have learned what is the internal alignment, what is the internal pay structure, what are the criteria that determine the pay differentials and so on. So we also have learned structures vary among organizations from organization to organization as well as from industry to industry, and what shapes the internal structures or what factors influence the internal structure or internal alignment of an organization. So dear students, internal alignment or internal structure both are same, so don't get confused. Then strategic choices in designing internal structures. This is what we were discussing. So I'll directly go to that part now. Yeah. So this part I will quickly recap. Strategic choices in designing internal structures. Okay, so this is what we have discussed already. Tailored versus loosely coupled in the previous class. Okay. Then egalitarian versus hierarchical. So this was okay, stopped at this point in time. The strategic choices. So whether the pay structure or internal structure will be egalitarian or hierarchical in nature. So this is also a strategic choice. Okay. So we have learned egalitarian is okay where everyone is considered as equal. The Whole Foods Market Incorporation, the chain of retail stores in US, considers this. Hierarchical, okay, for example, Lockheed Martin or Microsoft, okay, the internal structure is hierarchical. So advantages and disadvantages we have considered in previous class. So now let's go through, okay, the remaining points. So hierarchical structures send the message that organization values the difference in work content, okay, individual skills and contributions to the organization. So that is one of the disadvantages of egalitarian approach, which is overcome by the hierarchical approach. So we understand that in a team everyone doesn't contribute equally and everyone does not possess same and equal skills and everyone does not contribute equally. So that is the reason why in a hierarchical structure, okay, it considers or values, okay, the differences in work content, individual skills and contribution to the organizations. So the pay will be based on performance. So multiple levels include detailed descriptions of work done at each level. Okay, so I gave you the example of the hierarchy in a hypermarket. Okay, if you can recall, customer service associate, senior customer service associates, department manager, assistant store manager, and store manager. A simple example to make you understand. So if you can recall the guest lecture also. So okay, so what she mentioned was okay, promotions for example. So they even the store manager does not have authority. So it is all predetermined. So the job descriptions are very clearly defined according to which each and every employee has to work. And it is outlined the responsibility for each and everyone in the hierarchical structure will have a clear written, okay, tasks to be performed. Okay, as a job to be performed. Then so here is exhibit 3.6 where we compare the two strategic choices, hierarchical versus egalitarian. So earlier one was the tailored versus, okay, closed loop. Okay. So there were two approaches, tailored versus loosely coupled is one approach or two strategies, and egalitarian versus hierarchical is another approach in determining the internal structure. So in exhibit 3.6, the two strategies, okay, hierarchical versus egalitarian are compared. So if you can look at this, these are the criteria on which these two strategies are, okay, compared. So they include levels, means a level of hierarchy, differentials, that is the pay differential or salary difference between the two levels, criteria used to determine, okay, the pay differential, okay, and what it supports, okay. So close fit or loose fit, and the three other factors: work organization, fairness, and behaviors. So we are going to consider, okay, these three now. Yeah. So I hope okay, the concepts are clear. Hierarchical. So the one organization structure which okay, regularly you have studied some lower level, middle level to higher level. So that is the hierarchical in nature. So we have already considered the example of a Lockheed Martin engineering department. From engineer, senior engineer, associate engineer to, okay, consultative engineer and chief engineer. So total 6 levels. Okay. So that is the hierarchical internal structure. Egalitarian was Whole Foods, okay, market incorporation, the retail chain. So where all the employees in a store are, okay, allocated into teams of 8 to 10 members and they perform or lose as a excuse me, and they perform or lose as a team. If the entire team performs, they get additional $1 or $2 per hour of work. And if they do not perform, the entire team loses that additional opportunity to earn income. So when you consider level in the hierarchical structure, as in Lockheed Martin, you will find many layers or many levels. So whereas in egalitarian approach, so there will be fewer levels. Okay. So these fewer levels may also due to the delayering. If you remember an example, many, okay, manufacturing units or organizations in developed nations, okay, they are removing the job of a supervisor and the shop floor workers are, okay, formed into self-managed teams. So they will be working as a shop floor worker as well as they will be acting as supervisors. So in egalitarian approach, that is the reason why, since all are considered as equal, you will find very few levels of hierarchies. Then pay differential, so the salary difference between the two levels. So in hierarchical nature, definitely, when we say large, try to understand, compared to egalitarian approach, the pay differentials will be larger in hierarchical structure. So you can recall the example of Lockheed Martin. Okay, at the entry level, engineer salary will be $53,000 per annum. Okay, whereas for senior engineer, the salary will be $61,000 per annum. So the pay differentials will be very huge in hierarchical structures compared to egalitarian approach. In egalitarian approach, the pay differential between the levels will be lower as compared to hierarchical, because according to egalitarian approach, all employees are considered as equal. Then criteria used for pay differentials is the same in both the strategies. Okay, person or job. When I say person, the skill, okay, of the employee or number of years of experience of the employee, or the job. Job, when I say the tasks to be performed on the job or the job description. So the criteria considered in pay differentials is the same in both the approaches. Then to what extent, okay, so these structures support. So hierarchical structure is a close fit, okay, because there will be many levels of hierarchies and the lower level employees will be directly reporting to the higher level employees, and the higher level employees will be directly supervising and monitoring their subordinates. So that's why there is a close fit. So in egalitarian approach, if we can recall the example of those manufacturing units who have removed the job of supervisor and converted the shop floor workers into self-managed teams. Okay, so who work on the floor as well as act as a supervisor for them, their own teams. So it is a loose fit. Then when it comes to work organization, the workflow basically. So in hierarchical structure, okay, the performance is based on individual contribution, individual skills. Okay, and whereas in egalitarian approach, the pay is based on the performance of the entire team. So this example I have been repeating quite frequently. Then fairness. So to what extent the internal alignment or internal structure is fair. So in case of hierarchical approach, okay, the pay is determined by the individual performance, whereas in egalitarian approach, okay, equal treatment is given to all the employees within a level. So when I say performance, again, the performance criteria should be fair, transparent, and to be accepted by the employees, as well as an equal treatment. Okay, it does not mean that somebody will not work absolutely, but still he will entitled for the incentives or remuneration. It will not be like that. So they will also be supervised and their contribution to the team will be measured. So still it will be fair and accepted by all employees in the organization. And behaviors, yes, in hierarchical structure. So if you can recall in Lockheed Martin, so from engineer, an engineer is motivated always to get promoted as a senior engineer. A senior engineer is always motivated to get promoted to the next level. Okay, so this way it makes the employee to work hard, perform, okay, and contribute in this way towards the organizational goals where he is entitled for a promotion. So whereas in egalitarian approach, what type of behavior is expected is cooperation. Since the entire team is considered responsible, so each employee in the team need to cooperate. So this is the type of behavior what is expected in egalitarian approach. Okay, so I'll take your questions after the last slide. This is the last slide. So which structure has the greatest impact on performance? On fairness. Okay, this is a difficult question to answer even, okay, that is what the author has given his opinion, but yet, okay, so we'll consider the structure A, layered one, and the structure B, which is a de-layered one. So structure A is again from, okay, so this is not exactly an example from a company, it is a hypothetical example. Okay, so in structure A, which is a layered one, which clearly shows that it is a hierarchical structure in nature. So structure A is hierarchical in nature, which has 8 levels: engineer trainee, engineer, senior engineer, lead engineer, senior lead engineer, consulting engineer, engineering manager, and chief engineer. So this is a hierarchical structure. This internal structure is hierarchical in nature. So when you consider this structure B, okay, so where there are few levels, only 1 to 3 levels are there. So that is what we can understand. So this is a de-layered structure or more of egalitarian structure. So what happens in structure B basically is the jobs of senior engineer, engineer, and engineer trainee are consolidated, and the scope of associate engineer is quite broader. The associate engineer shoulders the responsibilities of these 3 jobs. Okay, hence so there are few levels. The salary of the associate engineer will be higher because the scope of this job is much higher. Associate engineer shoulders additional responsibilities, the scope becomes broader. So by removing 2 layers, okay, so they have created 1 level here, associate engineer, what we refer to as a delayering. What is referred to as delayering. So that is the reason why these page differences in pay structure may again arise. So consulting engineer, okay, performs the tasks of consulting engineer, senior lead engineer, as well as lead engineer. So the responsibilities are broader here again for consulting engineer. So as for chief engineer, he performs the tasks of chief engineer as well as engineering manager. Okay. So again, as I mentioned, I'll conclude with the author's remarks. It is difficult to say which structure has the greatest impact on performance and fairness, but yet the author has made an attempt to analyze the strategic choices. Okay, the first set of strategic choices. Okay, means what should be the approach for internal structure? Okay, the one was a tailored versus loosely coupled. The second set of strategies or approaches were hierarchical or egalitarian. Okay, so which structure? Okay, so whether hierarchical or egalitarian or tailored or loosely coupled, which one has the greatest impact on performance on fairness? So there is no clear okay study on that part. So it is up to the organization. Okay, so it is up to the organization and the culture at the organization. Okay. Okay, so the impact on performance and the impact on fairness depends on the culture of the organization and the standard operating procedures. Okay, so dear students, this was about the first chapter, that is chapter number 3 from unit 2. Okay, internal alignment. I would just like to sum up here that we are actually learning compensation strategy. So what is the compensation strategy? We have learned in chapter 2. The totality of the decisions means all the decisions taken with respect to the three building blocks of a pay model: objectives, policies, and techniques. So what we are learning now, the decisions taken by an organization with respect to policies. Among policies, again, there are 4 policy choices. The first one is internal alignment. So that we completed the discussion on internal alignment, the first policy choice in the building block. So similarly, we are going to consider external competitiveness, employee contribution, and the fourth policy choice as well. So all this put together along with the decisions taken with respect to objectives and techniques forms a compensation strategy. So always, okay, always keep this broader picture in mind. Never lose sight of it, never forget it. So every time we discuss a new chapter, though I will explain how it is part of the overall compensation strategy, but it is on your end also you need to remember. Otherwise, what will happen every time I pick up a new chapter? Okay, so you'll feel like isolated. Okay, you'll feel like isolated. So please remember, all the chapters are closely knitted, and what we are exactly learning is total decisions taken with respect to objectives, policies, and techniques, which forms a compensation strategy. So this chapter ends here now. So now if you have any questions or doubts, please ask. The session is open for your questions. Even if you want to share some additional information about compensation in general also, you are welcome. Yes, students, any questions? Okay, so there is, okay, though I understand you all have mute, your audios are mute, but any questions from your end?
No, sir.
No. Okay. Any other student?
No, sir.
Okay, see, questions will come if you read, okay, business news. Okay, if you read other news, you will not have any questions. If you read business news, okay, the most simple one I had told, Times of India, Times business column, and all news, most of the newspapers, the major newspapers and major business magazines have their, okay, e-magazines are available as well as e-newspapers are also available. Okay, so you can always read some related content, then bring your questions, or you can even share. Better is you can even share your reading into the class. Okay, so if you do not have any questions, then I'll share. It's not a news article actually. Okay. Okay. So students, can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the chairman's speech at the 32nd AGM. Okay. I hope you are aware. Annual General Meeting of Container Corporation of India Limited. Container Corporation of India Limited. It's a logistics company. Okay, and the chairman of the company is V. Kalyanarama, chairman and managing director. So in his address, okay, so in his address, a couple of points I have picked up, okay, which we can relate to our subject, compensation and benefits management. Students, can you see this news also? Vaishnavi, Maruf, students, can you see the second news article also? Yeah, what happened? CRs, Sharan, Prema, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there was no reply. So Ashutosh, can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, Container Corporation of India Limited is the public sector unit and it is one among the Navaratna companies. Okay. So briefly, okay, these all in his address he has mentioned in brief about the strategies and new initiatives of the company. So he says your company means the chairman addresses to the stockholders or shareholders. Your here means shareholders. Your company is an undisputed leader in the field of multimodal logistics in India with the largest available network of state-of-the-art intermodal terminals across the country. Okay. So over the years, it has transformed itself into enlarge its bouquet of services to achieve objectives of serving the society and enhancing stakeholders' values. These are the objectives of the organization in the pay model, objectives, policies, and techniques. So these are the objectives of Container Corporation of India Limited. What are they? Couple of two objectives. One is serving the society and enhancing stakeholders' value. And strategies mention how they are trying to achieve it. Today, the company is strategically placed and is all set to achieve its long-term goals. Thus, with its formidable physical presence throughout the country, large fleet of its rolling stock, containers, specialized container handling equipment, fully computerized operations, and internet-based custom and customer interface, your company has been providing efficient and reliable value added logistic services to the trade. So the chairman is talking about the implementation of technology in improving the efficiency of the organization, thereby achieving the objectives of serving the society and enhancing stakeholder value. Okay, so then he has also commented on the one more news article. Here it is. Human resource management. So he has spoken on human resource management. So only first part you will be able to understand. I'll read. Your company is a reservoir of highly efficient and a dedicated pool of human resources. So when the company is implementing higher and advanced level of technology, definitely the company will require highly efficient and dedicated pool of human resources. Due care and steps are taken to retain the talent developed over the years in the specialized field of logistics. So higher level of skills are required to work in this organization. And the company's HR strategy is to retain the experienced talent